I'm going to give it a buffer time. We're going to chat here. Man, happy voices, people. Everybody's going to be happy. All right. Here we go. In 3, 2. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Casual Master Quest, baby. I have returned a married man. This is going to be episode 8. I'm Tyler Vidito, and this is going to be Casual Master Quest, the only podcast whose final form is that of a video game transmitted disease. Over in the corner, I have Derek, our guest. How's it going, Derek, buddy? How's it going?
Life is awesome, man. Thank you for having me, and it's been a great week for me. Believe it or not, it's been a great
me
week.
too, buddy. I really the big thing I'm worried about this weekend is this huge heat wave that's just tearing through. Like, we're supposed to get a heat index of like 103, 106. Ugh.
Yeah, it's first of all, congratulations, man. That's awesome. Yeah, that heat wave, man. I was out today in it, and I had to come over and take a nap. I had to like turn the fan on, turn the AC on, get some water. It was brutal today, and I wasn't even out that long.
I can't sleep in hot air, but I don't want our other contender at the belt over here to stay quiet for too long, because he, a professional person of the highest quality, won't speak until his name is spoken. That name, ladies and gentlemen, that is Nick. How's it going, Nick?
Good. How are you? Congratulations, obviously.
Thank you. You know, I was thinking originally to come up in my wedding vest and bow tie and stuff, but it's like 90 in here. I'm going to cook and die like halfway through the podcast. And I'm not going to go out like that, man. I'm not going to go out. But
no.
It feels weird, man. I'm a husband, dude.
Say it again.
It'll take some time to sink in.
Say it again.
I am a husband, baby.
No, but beyond that, you have a wife.
Yes. I have somebody that's willing to sacrifice approximately $800 American dollars and the entirety of their lives, but besides that, to spend the rest of their life with me. And it feels great. It feels nice. Had a heck of a honeymoon. Plenty of highlights to talk about. Got to travel, peninsulas. Got to see a cool lighthouse. Had our own personal spa bath jacuzzi thing, which she dumped half a bottle of bubbles in, which then immediately shot everywhere. Apparently, this is a common occurrence amongst my fellow married men. Apparently, this happens a lot. And like I mentioned this as a joke, and he's like, "You too?" Yeah, it was everywhere. And I wish
romantic bubble baths turning into like a chemistry experiment.
Gone wrong.
Because I was trying to look upset, but I was just bemused, naked in this tub with about 4 feet of bubbles surrounding the entirety of me as I stare at her. It's like, I was happy with it. My deposit wasn't, but that's okay. And we had a couple of other good times. We found as it turns out, that lighthouse I went to had a Pokemon gym, so we, in our declaration of love, took over it, claimed it as our own, as well as the local golf club place. There was a lady there like, "Oh yeah, there's a gym right here," and I take it over all the time, make sure it's still mine. I'm like, "You should have said that. You activated my trap card." But enough about me. Have you, any fun stuff going on in your guys' week so far?
Work. That's about it. It was I work in IT, so I work. Yeah, I work Sunday
I'm so
through. No, it's all good, man. It's all good. Sunday was really busy. Monday was really busy. Thursday it was dead silent,
busy?
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was just I had nothing to do.
Combo breaker.
Yeah, so that had me thinking of what I want to do as far as like travel. So I was looking online and looking at places, and I booked a trip to Las Vegas coming up later this year in October.
Oh, nice.
So I had time. Yeah, I had time to do that. My manager's on vacation, so I'm like, I don't have anything to do. Let me get online and look.
Boss is the way. Time to play. I like it.
Yeah. Then it's a real relaxed place I work. I get to wear t-shirts and jeans to work, so it's real relaxed. As long as you get your work done, they don't care what you wear to work. But other than that, yeah, man, it's just been, my son started soccer camp this week, and that's been fun, dropping him off and listening to his stories and him complaining that it's hot outside and he doesn't want to run around in the heat. He wants to play in the evening, and just life is good, man. I can't complain.
I'm going to do a double segue right here because speaking of traveling, Cam unfortunately is not with us, our other co-host. And, much as I love him, his company, and his exorbitant amount of patronism to the Xbox E3 performance versus Sony, whatever, he's unfortunately not able to come today. And we hopefully will get to see him next week where the three of us will finally be united in some shape or form.
You can't forget about his loyalty to the PS Vita.
Or the PlayStation Vita, which I'll be talking about a little bit later. Nick, you are also going to travel. Are you excited for that?
Yeah, I'm headed to New York tomorrow for the first time for 2 days.
See.
I'm excited, but I'll only have maybe less than a day to myself because I'm going down to set up my sister with some things, and she's gonna be there too. But still, I'm gonna walk around, catch all the Pokemans, eat some food. It's gonna be good.
What part of New York are you going to?
Straight. My hostel is out by Central Park.
Okay.
Just a south side of Central Park. My sister's gonna be staying with the lady in Hell's Kitchen, and I'm just gonna walk around.
Okay. Make sure you get a hot dog from a street vendor. I highly recommend it. Every time I go to New York, make sure you do that. It's an experience like anything else.
A hot dog? Really?
Yeah. Yes. I know it sounds weird. These guys pushing carts around. Great hot dog,
all that street meat, man. I can't turn down the.
I too am a fan of the meat of the streets.
Thank you. I also we agree, so we do it. Okay, Nick, I promised you this is gonna happen. Are you ready, my friend?
Not really, but let's do it.
I was gonna say you can be ready for the unknown, I guess you could say. Ladies and gentlemen, Nick is gonna do a quick little quiz challenge right here and right now. He's been playing a lot of Pokemon. We are gonna give him a 5-question challenge. 3 strikes and you're out, mister.
Okay.
And the prize.
What do I win?
I will tell you if you win.
Fair. Okay.
I assure you, though, it will be worth it. Derek, I'm going to unfortunately have to ask you to sit out. However, for one question and one question only, if you feel confident, in the answer and he needs some trouble, tag team right there. Okay?
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to start the Pokemon Showdown.
Okay.
Question number 1. Pikachu is probably one of the most iconic Pokemon in the game series. What is its national Pokemon Dex or Pokédex number? Is it A, 10, B, 25,
B,
C? Is that your final answer?
Yeah, B is my final answer.
Gosh, dang it!
No.
He's right.
No.
He's right. Roll the tape, folks. Fine. Question number 2. Which Pokemon was first written and coded into the game for Pokemon Red and Blue? Was it A, Charizard, B, Ditto, C, Rhydon, and D, Mew? Ooh, I got you on this one.
C, Rhydon.
C, Rhydon. Is that your final answer?
Yes, sir.
He got it again. Man, he is on a roll.
2 for 2. Let's go.
Man, I gave you too many easy ones. I thought I was going to stump you. I thought he doesn't know that much Pokemon. Like, Cam, if he was listening to this, you'd be like screaming like it's a soccer match right now. Like, come on, goalie. Anyways, question number 3. This is not a multiple choice question. While triggering certain actions that cause the game to not know what a Pokemon to appear in a random encounter, what glitch Pokemon will appear instead? This is in Pokemon Red and Blue. Do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
While triggering certain actions that causes the game to not know what Pokemon to appear in a random encounter, what glitch Pokemon will appear instead in Pokemon Red and Blue?
I know the glitch Pokemon, the most famous spot, as far as I remember. Cam would definitely know this. But the most famous spot was always in, I think it was Lavender Town in the Pokemon Cemetery. At least as far as I remember, or I could be wrong about even the town name. Supposed to pass. Pass.
Derek, do you know the answer for him?
I have no idea.
Okay, the answer is in fact Missingno. The infamous Missingno. You can trigger and walk in certain actions to where you can change the hex numbers to where Pokemon such as you can encounter Mew if you do it the right way. However, if the game has no idea what to do, it will pick Missingno. That's strike 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Question number 4. What stat value directly decides the chance of you landing a critical hit? Is it A, attack, B, speed, C, the Pokemon's level, or D, special?
This is still red and blue, right?
Red and blue.
Huh.
I'm trying to keep it red and blue theme related. What stat value directly decides the chance of you landing a critical hit? Attack, speed, the level, or it's special?
This is hard because criticals now, at least with the current games, they tie into the move directly, or unless it's an ability, or unless the Pokemon's holding an item. So in the red and blue days, the stat system wasn't as developed, obviously.
I'm gonna need an answer, Nick.
Speed only gives you priority. I'm gonna go with attack.
Okay, is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, the answer for what stat value directly decides the chance of you landing a critical hit is B, speed. Speed, in fact, does determine it.
Wow, okay.
A Pokemon such as Persian was very popular in the game because attacks such as Furry Swipes allowed you to attack 2 to 5 times, which had bonus because it was normal type, and it had such incredible speed that it would be able to crit easily.
Okay,
that's
I did not
2
know that.
right, 2 wrong. We're going to have the final one. Derek, you're going to need to give him as much help as you can. This one is not multiple choice. Hopefully it's easy for you. Nick, question number 5. What do Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, and Lance all have in common?
Lorelei, Bruno, Agatha, and Lance.
Yes.
They're part of the Elite Four on Indigo Plateau.
That is correct.
Boom.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. Nick, you have completed the Novus Pokemon Questionnaire Challenge. Good job, man.
Thank you.
I am proud of you. Oh, man, there goes all sorts of applause right here.
Awesome.
Yeah, you had me sweating for a bit there, but yeah, no, thank you.
I thought you were going to clear right through. I'm glad I hit you with a couple of stumpers. Nick, I told myself if you could prove to me that you could complete 3 of these 5 questions, that I was going to do a challenge for myself.
Okay.
I offered, and I could get up and do it right now, but it's not worth it. I'm going to offer $20 a week that we do our podcast to put towards you, young mister, so you can finally get yourself a Nintendo Switch. You can consider this a birthday gift or whatnot, but we're going to work towards you to get you something that you can finally play. Maybe not Mario Tennis with us because, Cam's a fool. But I'm going to work it up for you until you say break that bank, send the money your way because you're ready to finally get a Nintendo Switch. How does that sound, man?
Are you trying to make me cry? Is that what?
I mean, granted, that's going to take 15 weeks at this rate, and I won't make you answer Nintendo questionnaires every single time, even though that would be funny because then it would take like a year. But,
So I'd have to prove myself. I'm down to do that instead. Prove myself every week.
But yeah, like every single subject is like, okay, this one's going to be Metroid Prime for the GameCube and Wii series. Oh boy, good luck, man. Anyways,
no, that's thank you.
No, I mean it might just be a couple of bucks here and there, but honestly, I feel like you're missing out, and a lot of people would say, get it on your own, but it's a lifestyle that you live that makes it difficult financially. And if I can somehow help out in any way I can, that'd be one way I could do it. Anyways, that sounds really strong-armed. Probably shouldn't do this over live, get teary-eyed and, financially, with each other, whatever. Anyways, Nick, not to put you on the spot once again, what have you been playing, man?
Destiny 2, Pokemon Go, and Dark Souls 3. And me and Cam had a heated discussion last time about, not a heated discussion, but a discussion about Dark Souls 3 and how I'm the kind of player who picks normal mode every single time because that's just the way I play. And my friends convinced me to get Dark Souls 3, the Ultimate Edition or the Complete Collection because it's on sale right now on Steam. And they held my hand last night. I started it up last night and it was terrifying and it was difficult and we got invaded, but it was fun.
Now, invaded means another enemy actual player came in to wreck your day, essentially, right?
Pretty much, yeah. There were a lot of. We actually came across, I think, one or two hackers.
Hackers, really?
Yeah, yeah. So there was one guy who managed to, I guess the kind of hack that he was using was he was able to figure out where we were, and the class ability that he had basically insta killed me. And when you kill the host of the server, because I was the host of the server, you kill everybody.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's mean. Ooh,
No, that's me.
God
But at
damn.
least we were all on. All my friends they played this multiple times, so they were on alternate characters. So they didn't have much to lose. I didn't have much to lose, so we weren't too upset about it.
Okay. Are
Yeah.
you excited for the Snorlax event that's going to be happening soon for the research?
Yes,
on
I don't
Pokemon
actually
Go?
know all the details, but I know it's Pikachu, Snorlax, Eevee that are going to be in complete rotation, basically. Snorlax being the main focus, and then Pikachu and Eevee will be in abundance. And we have the Community Day on July 8th,
Yeah,
I believe,
Sunday,
next
which
week,
is weird. The
which is
first time
for
I've seen it on a Sunday.
Squirtle.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Are you a fan of Squirtle, or I feel like you're a
Um,
Bulbasaur kind of guy?
For the longest time, I like to. So without spoiling the story, I like to, whenever a new Pokemon game comes out, I like to sit down, wait for the reviews to come out, the walkthroughs to come out a little bit, so I know what Pokemon I can catch where, and then sit and plan the most efficient team I can for the Elite Four,
Really?
covering all types. So I'll have one grass, one water, one fire, one flying, and one dragon type at the very least.
One dragon type. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because it gives me coverage. If I don't happen to have a dragon type, I would have to have a type that gives me full coverage against. I'm a glass cannon kind of person, so it's all attack and speed as much as I can. So Gen 5 and Gen 6 were difficult for that, and
Because it's full of tanks, isn't it?
full of tanks, slower. And my other restriction for myself is that they're always from the new generation, right? So with XY, I don't use any old gen Pokemon. It's all new gen, unless it's a generation form, like a different form that
Alolan?
was introduced. Like no, not even a Alolan. Like what do you call Gliscor being introduced in Generation 4, despite Gligar being a Gen 2 Pokemon, but I could use Gliscor because he's in the Gen 4 Pokédex.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I like to do that, plan everything out. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
Derek.
no, so I was going. Sorry to cut off Derek, but I was going.
No,
With
it's
that
okay.
because
You just chopped him right off.
you. Sorry, Derek, because
dead.
you said I look like a Bulbasaur kind of person. So
Yeah.
for the longest time, I did have a Bulbasaur team set up for Generation 1 for my Generation 1 team, but now it's a Charizard based team.
Really? A Charizard?
Because I like fire types. Infernape's my favorite Pokemon of all time. So
You're an Infernape kind of guy. Okay, fair enough. It just stank for me because always loved not Bulbasaur, Squirtle. Squirtle is my man, and it stank because I could beat the first gym, but the second gym was a pain, and the third gym was a nightmare. The fourth gym was even more of a nightmare. It's like I was screwing myself over unless I had like Ice Beam or something.
yeah.
But
Or you get the Nidoran, evolve it into Nidorino, and get sweet double kick for the first gym, so
I
you can
mean-
run with Charmander.
that is a very popular, well, not that extent, but it's popular for speedrunners to start off with Squirtle and then immediately get a male Nidoran, and that double kick does help a lot. Also, the horn attack specifically, I think, was the main way of getting to victory and just cutting the game time in a speed run. It's so far down. And unfortunately, I was just kidding, but it looks like Nick literally killed Derek. He's gone. He's dead. I don't know what happened. Good job, Nick.
You know, sometimes when you have the powers, you just don't know how to control it, and you know things just happen to go wrong. Right? Imagine if Thanos had the gauntlet one day and he happened to be attending like just the best concert ever, like the best jazz underground, like really hip jazz concert, and he happened to snap his fingers once. You know.
Oh yeah, he's like into the beat, and he
Yeah,
oh
he's
crap,
into the
I have.
beat. Does it a
Oh,
few
crap, a
times,
quarter.
and then realizes he's just quartered 8th, 16th the whole population.
Jeez. I myself, I think the big game that I was playing a lot right before we started here, and it really got me rage worthy.
Yeah.
Mario Tennis Aces. I don't know, man. I love this game so much, but it infuriates me so much more. And it's because I keep goofing up, and it's like, I want to get good, Nick. I want to get good, but I'm not that good. In fact, it was weird because I was letting my dog out after playing this for about an hour and a half, and I'm like looking around like I'm tweaking or something, like, oh, I gotta push the button. Like, I was like, wait, I'm just standing here, chill. Oh god, I gotta flick the controller. I was like, no, it's like I had to go into like hyper mode. And okay, let's back up a little bit. Mario Tennis Aces is a game where you play tennis. The storyline is very short, as everybody states, for good and obvious reasons. Welcome back, Derek. I'm glad to see that someone put Revivify in you and you're back from the dead. Nick, you can't take this monster down. Anyways,
only gonna try.
Mario Tennis Aces is a fantastic game. I can't play the storyline because I don't like playing against the computer at all. Like when I'm playing Mario Tennis Aces, I gotta beat somebody I know that's watching this, their own screen and whatnot, whether it be an 8-year-old kid or some 26-year-old streamer that just wants to smear me across like a poop stain. It's usually that, actually, but I've been getting good. Right now I'm at like a 50-60% win rate, which isn't great, but it's average, and I'm trying to push it, but
it's better than a 0% win rate. That's how I always look at it.
That is true.
It just stinks because I love charge shotting, like holding up that racket for a good second and just smacking that ball right across the court. Satisfying. It's not satisfying when the opponent knows that you'll do this every single time and does what is called a drop shot, which gets it right over the net by about 2 inches and then drops right at thing. So I'm charging, like ready to lob this thing, and 10 feet in front of me, the ball drops and I lose. And it's, and then I'll try to charge, but then I realize I know what he's doing. He's doing that evil tactic that's, unsportsmanlike, but still in the game. Need to patch out, drop shot. But then I can't cancel out in time, and then I eat it. Been learning a lot of cool new techniques. Like, for example, you get something called a star shot. Once you get a 30 or special meter up, you basically target around with the gyroscope, launch it super fast. I've just found out that you can do this while serving. So you're saying, like, I'm gonna toss the ball, star shot, baby, and they just shoot it like subsonic, and people are like, I didn't know about that. I just stood there the first time it happened to me, like, watch it zoom by, like, first pitch. I'm like, oh, okay, sure.
But it's a solely PvP game. It looks exciting. Yeah,
it is definitely a fighting game.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, so I know we talked about this on previous episodes, but I didn't know exactly what that entailed until I read an article recently about how you break the opponent's rackets.
Oh,
and that's diabolical.
It's evil. I could be 1 in 7 game match point is like against me. If I can get a special up and just shoot it at him, and he or she cannot hit it at the right nanosecond with slow speed, they instantly lose right there. It is so horrible and so frustrating. Like right now, I have like a 89% knowing the right moment to block it. So I'm dang good, because I noticed what most people do is when you launch it, people slow time and then they just run right out of the court. Cause like, I ain't messing with this. I know what happens if I touch that. I am eating that point. And, it's smart. Good for them, I guess. But yeah, you do a star shot. If they don't hit it at the right time, they take 1/3 of their health. But a super shot, it's like a one-shot hit KO right there. And you could be playing for like 3-4 games and it just ends instantly with that one move. And I think it's because of that I specifically don't like using it. It's kind of like an honor thing. I'll use it maybe on the last game where it's like, oh, I have nothing left to lose. I'm going to smear it right in your face, and then I'll do it. The nice thing is, if you have a special shot and they just use it, you can use it to counter theirs and do an instant block guaranteed. It doesn't set you up good because when you block a shot like that, it temporarily stuns you. And so if you get stunned to the left side of the court, all they have to do is hit it to the right, and with enough good timing, they can just beat you right there. It's nice and easy. Repping Waluigi, because Waluigi is this is going to be the only game I'm going to be able to play Waluigi on since he's not on Smash. Just for some statistical purposes, 50% of all the tournament winners, Bowser Jr. Have you guys heard about that?
No.
Apparently he's getting a huge nerf coming up soon. Supposedly, I could be full of crap, because apparently, he sits in a little Bowser Jr. machine with two giant socket bop it fists, and he apparently has huge reach, and just that alone, him being speedy and defensive and huge reach, just makes him an easy target to cheese through the plays. Which stinks. I didn't think that we'd have to actually put a patch a weekend, but if they need to do it, they need to do it, because apparently the people keep winning. But anyways,
at least they're reacting fast. That's it's unfortunate that they have to patch it, but it's a sign of good devs is when they react to problems quickly.
Playing Pokemon Go, mostly just getting on just enough to try to get gifts, because gifts and trading and all that is now available. Trying to become best buddies with Cam and of course Nick over here. Don't worry, Nick. I got you first. He hasn't been giving me any gifts. I don't think he really cares about me. But Nick, I know you're really nice.
No, he hasn't been sending me any gifts either, Tyler. It's been.
Oh gosh, I got one good friend that's been sending it to me any day, every day of the week, and I don't want to fail him, so I've been sending it to him first. Second, then, is my wife. Third is you, and fourth is Cam, and then 5th through 28 is whatever I have left over, because I got 28 friends in the local Discord. And as per the usual, I've been playing a little bit of Persona 4. Gotten 20 bajillion hours in. I don't know where I'm at. I've been romancing the ladies and the mans, and everybody's happy, and there's dungeons to be raided. So that's my progress. Derek, I apologize for skipping you, my good sir.
Oh, no. That's all good.
Why have you been playing?
Well, recently it's I just finished my season up in NBA 2K18. I'm a big Lakers fan, so I got to the first round of the playoffs and had to play the Golden State Warriors, and as you can imagine, that did not end well. I got swept, got knocked out, disappointed.
Sorry to get that. What are you playing this on?
Right now, all my games right now I've been playing on the PS4.
Hey, represent man Sony.
Oh yeah,
you're not gonna let that go, aren't you, Tyler?
I'm sorry. Don't worry, Derek. That was a bit of a deep cut. Don't worry.
That's all right. I mean, I have an Xbox. I haven't turned it on, and I don't know. It's been a while.
To be fair, neither have I. So
I mean, I turned it on specifically so I could eat my food and watch a Twitch stream of Mario Tennis Aces. Okay. And then as soon as I was done eating, I started playing tennis. But yeah, that's my life. You've been playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. How far have you gotten into that, man?
I'm about an hour in. Okay. So I tend to bounce around, and what I've done is I've created this huge backlog of games. So
don't worry, I
promised myself that I was going to finish up a lot of these games before Spider-Man and Red Dead Redemption 2 comes out. That's my goal. I've been playing. I think it's pronounced Goroga. It's like a puzzle game.
Sure.
Yeah, I had never heard of it. It's a puzzle game. I typically would not play them, but this one is really interesting. I'm about halfway through with that. And what else have I been playing? I know it's something else.
Game of the Year, the No Allegories Permitted Detroit Become Human.
Yes, that was it. Yeah, I said I was going to get back into that one tonight. I'm about an hour and a half into that one. That one, when you finish like a mission or whatever, and then you see your progress and you see, the other stuff, the other choices that you didn't make, I want to go back and see all the different endings that I could have possibly have had.
Oh, you're that kind of guy. You don't want to go all the way to the end. You get curious, like, oh man, what could have happened if I did this instead?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious. It's like, okay, if I had made this choice, how would this game have changed? So I'm kind of in that. I don't know if I'm going to ever go back and replay it, a second time to see. So I'm just going to progress and finish it up, because if I do that, man, I'll be playing this game, in October.
It's amazing you say that, because the wife and I played and beat it first, but then she started playing it, and I was pretty like a smart / pacifist, she just like smoking people, just murdering them. And it's like I'm watching her like, okay, she's gonna do what she thinks is morally right. Boom! I'm like, oh, I'm marrying into this.
Now, typically,
it's scary,
in a game,
man.
I mean, that's a good thing because you do the things in games that you wouldn't normally do in real life. So that's how I am. Like if I have a game, I'm in a game and I have a choice whether to save somebody or to kill somebody, I'll be like, you know what,
Derek? She stopped, looked at me, and then smiled. Should I not be concerned?
Hey, no.
Oh God, she's walking behind me. I love you.
Be happy with it. You know, be happy. Take it as a lesson, like. Don't make her extremely angry. That would be my tip for you because, you know,
she's right behind me.
You're good, man. You're good. This is live.
Perfect.
It's good, man. It's good. You said your right dudes. You know, married for life.
Married for life. Yep. Married. Well, I mean, it's married for life or single at death. So take my pick, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Is there any other games you guys want to talk about before we dig into the topics?
No, that was it. That's all I had.
Okay, man. Let's roll. I got a double whammy for you guys. If you want anything you want to pitch in the meantime, slow news week as per the usual, which is, you know, unfortunate, just post E3, but we still got a good couple of trickles. The problem is, though, it's during moments like these, it's when you find moments of drama, and suddenly it's like, my life is boring on the news front. Let's find something that's dramatic and just blow it out of proportion. And that's where we have with news article number 1. Have you guys heard of a UK newspaper company called The Register? Don't worry, I didn't either. So if you say
no.
So The Register decided to have an interview at the discretion of upcoming Kickstarter fame, success, whatever. Atari is making a new console system. They're planning to, rather. And after making 2 million buckaroos on their Kickstarter, they're saying things of big dreams and ambitions. And so the Register had a good talking with. The person that did the interview was not too impressed. In fact, he was kind of disgruntled and was willing to lay some heat over this interview that he had with one of the top dogs over at Atari. Posted this as an article. Atari sees this. Atari says, LOL, this is not true at all. This is all fake news. And he decides to just disparage, and I'm paraphrasing loosely here, and just starts trashing this newspaper article, saying that they're not saying what we told them. This is just stuff that they want to hear, and they are just tearing us apart. This is slandering. The person in charge of the article at the Register says, okay, here's the audio files. Listen to the entire interview and speak for yourself, and just lays everything right on the table so everybody can hear exactly what he said. And so he's going on with the tire right now. It's just weird because you hear a lot of talk about the term fake news, and I don't like the origin or the usage thereof mostly, but it's weird because most people, you know, when there's a disagreement of that latitude, when somebody's just ready to throw somebody right under the bus, usually they don't have an ace card like that just to throw in the table. Okay, great thoughts going on here. Nick, what are you thinking over here, buddy? Is this just over water under the bridge for you, or?
No, It's a slow news. It's a slow week for news post E3 as always, as one would expect. From what I gathered from the article and doing a little bit of research, this is Atari wanted to create a device that would be able to bring PC games into the living room. Similar idea to the console that Steam wanted to do. Steam wanted to make. It's a crowd-funded console. Announced last year, raised $2 million on Indiegogo. Not really going anywhere. Really, no hype for it. They didn't have a presence at E3, as far as we know. Maybe not at the conferences, but even a booth. Either it could be a publicity stunt, because if it's a small-time newspaper that nobody's really heard of, why are they going out of their way to publicly slander them?
It does stink because it feels like that the Atari is following the same pathway of the Ouya, but it's falling off downhill much faster than the Ouya ever did. Because the Ouya actually came out, made contracts with individual developers, and it made an impact. Atari hasn't gotten this far yet, and right now it's at the concept stage with the I got the money in the pocket. We got big things going on. We just don't know what they are just yet. But here's an interview. Oh, whoops. We told them things that maybe that sound a little off. The person in charge of the interview probably wasn't too impressed. Let's backtrack. Oh, crap. I forgot. They had a tape recorder on the table. What do we do? And quite frankly, I am going to parrot exactly what Jeff Gerstmann from Giant Bomb said. I probably could have a Raspberry Pi put into an old Atari case and just have it run probably even better at this point than pay whatever massive amounts of money that the Atari. Yeah, I got one right over here. I don't want to rip it up because my microphone is cursed, and I am not touching this cord whatsoever, man. The Atari never had any interest, or I had never actually any interest in the Atari. It's not my game system. It came out before me. I think it came out for all of us here at this rate. I don't know how old you are, Derek, but I'm assuming you're a sweet shade of 19. But is this all we want to touch on this before I get all middle-aged mom on the grapevine kind of thing going on?
Yeah, I have no interest in the Atari console at all. Yeah.
No,
if I want to get into Atari, I'll hook up my Raspberry Pi and play some old 2600 games. It's like it's a crowded market. You're trying to get in something where Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo dominates. How are you going to carve out a market in something that's so crowded? And I won't even talk about the PC gaming. I don't see where they would fit in to that big crowded space. I really don't.
And it's like it doesn't make it sound like it's going to be anything that's current gen. And really, the only thing that they have that's first party, it's like, are they going to do like huge remasters or some kind of thing? Or are they just going to do 30 game packs or something? And if that's the case, Raspberry Pi. But my point stands is we don't know what they can offer besides a console. And it's like, why would we do that?
Right. Exactly.
We'll find out.
I mean, even if it's current gen, they're entering the game too late for current gen because we're going to be at new gen probably in the next 2 or 3 years. Yeah, that's one. Second thing is, even if they come up with the most advanced console, they need to have a ton of money to get marketing rights and exclusivity rights away from other companies already that are partnered with Sony and Microsoft.
And I'm going to take a wild guess and say $2 million is probably not going to do that.
No,
$2 million is probably enough for half a prototype.
I'm going to say they might as well just scrape out a bunch of Wii's, not even Wii U's, just Wii's, and then just put some wood paneling on it and call it the Atari. And there we go. Motion controls, it'll be new. But,
in terms of, if they wanted to sell hardware, the one thing that would have made the most sense is if they did something like the mini SNES that they released,
the classic,
or or the classic, and they just remastered a bunch of games. Do something like that, make it a collector's edition kind of thing, and thousands, if not millions, of people would buy it.
I wonder how people would feel after chipping in so much money, and I feel sorry for the saps that did. If they put in a bunch of money thinking that they're going to be investing in the future of this new console, and then they get a plug and play. Just like, here you go, this $40 system that you plug in with HDMI and a 3-foot cord. Good luck.
Yeah.
Nostalgia is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
What's that?
Nostalgia is a powerful tool, especially with gaming, especially when you have a generation of gamers that have been there from the beginning. And I think we're going to talk about this just briefly later on, but Crash Bandicoot got a remaster and it's being just got released for PC. Spyro is coming out soon. For me, these are games of my childhood, right? So just knowing that they're out there makes me want to play them.
Insomniac and I are very good friends of the PlayStation era, and man, I love me some Spyro. Steam summer sales. Have you guys dipped into anything yet?
No, I'm going to though. And the reason why I say this is because I just bought a new laptop and so I'm going to be.
Oh man, this is
dual
your
booting.
time. You gotta work that thing in like ASAP, dude.
Yeah, but I'm dual booting between Windows and Linux, and so yeah, I'm gonna be installing Steam on the Windows side, probably either later on tonight or tomorrow, and go shopping because I really want to get back into PC gaming.
I forgot what the look of the article, but I believe Valve has announced it was either 10,000 or 30,000 games are currently on sale right now. So if there is a single game that you might want to play or want to get, I'm going to take a wild guess and say maybe it's on there and it's on sale. Yeah. Probably half off, probably 30% off.
How about Half-Life 3? Can you give us that? How about any game that you've made with a 3 on it?
That is currently 100% off and free if you can find it on the store right now today. Special offer. Go ahead and take it. Leave it on the table. Whatever. I guess games like PUBG, 30% off. It's $20 instead of 30. Whoa. Fortnite's free. Anyways, Final Fantasy 15. It's half off, was 50, now 25. Which, ironically enough, that's what it was like on a special PlayStation 4 sale. So if you want to play it on PC, congrats. Actually, I would totally recommend playing on the PC because I found out you can do mods. I found out that there was I saw a picture of Gladiolus. I'm not sure if you guys played 15 before. One of the characters dressed up as SpongeBob, and then a couple other characters like I'm trying to remember. It was like Squidward or something in a mech suit, and I would love to play that game completely just nonsensical, just running around and fighting monsters that look like just random. Like it's kind of like Skyrim. Skyrim where you have Pinkie Pie flying around as a dragon going, yay, or Fluttershy or whatnot. But my big one, and I'm saying this right now because I want to preach it to anybody and their mother. There's a little game out there called Terraria. Terraria is $10 usually. It's $5 right now. It's worth 20 to me. But that's only because I put 650 hours into it. It was weird because the rating's like, hey, is this game relevant to you? You've played 600 hours. I'm like, yeah, probably. Nick, I just, out of the blue, I wanted you to give it a shot. You'd let me know if you like it or not. It's definitely a multiplayer game, but the nice thing is a game that I can put 600 hours into it, but it's barely 100 megabytes. There is something to this magic. Yeah. It's, for those who never heard of Terraria, it is essentially a side-scrolling 2D Minecraft. Creativity is your best friend, but there's mechanics of survival as you want to traverse, get better gear, and fight bosses. And you can play as a ranger, you can play as a mage, you can play as a melee, you can play as a summoner if you want to. And the biggest thing is you get to dig down. You can go down as far as you want until you get into the underworld. Or hell, as I like to call it. You can go straight into the lava. And I played that game through so many times. I just get a group of friends. We're like, hey, we're going to meet on for like 2 hours on this day. And we just dig. We dig tunnels. And it's fun. I really can't explain it. You would have to try it and give it a shot. But it's only $5 right now. Is there any games that you guys know about that you want to give a hot shout out to?
I already bought some games. I bought Bayonetta. Never played any of them.
That's right. You said that.
Yeah, it's $8 Canadian. HD remastered, 60 FPS, all the right words. It's sweet talk me into buying it. But picked up Portal 1 and Portal 2. I played half of Portal 1, never touched Portal 2, so I'm excited. For nostalgic reasons, I bought Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2. So I'm excited to dig into those. I used to play a lot of them with my cousin. And I picked up Golf with Your Friends and Dark Souls 3.
Hey, that's right, Dark Souls 3.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What was the first game you just said?
Bayonetta.
It stinks because I want you to play Bayonetta 2, and there's currently no way or shape or form that you can play it right now. It's really upsetting because right now it's Wii U and Switch. Shoot. Man. I love Bayonetta. It was a great game. I spent a good 10, 12 hours on it. It's fun. As you said in the last one, it's that weird fighting style that it's just, you can't make sense out of it. Conversations are weird. You have no idea what's going on half the time. You don't know why she's doing this or that, but for some reason the story progresses. In fact, I'm pretty sure that they don't know what's going on half the time. They're like, she's doing something weird, just roll with it. And the reason why I like Bayonetta 2 is the combat somehow even better. If you like the combat in 1, it gets like so much better and so much smoother. She has a cooler hairstyle, so it doesn't look like she's wearing a traffic cone and wrapping her hair around it, which is a plus to me. But whatever, that's not my preference. But it doesn't matter what she looks like because she's awesome. And I do like the storyline that they introduced because it's something coherent. There is something going on that I understand. Not, I'm going to try to recover my memories by going across half this world and the other realms, and something weird is going on. We're going to be okay with that. Let me turn into a cat. And that is Bayonetta 1. Derek, is there anything on your end, buddy?
I'm looking at it now. I know I'm going to pick up. Started playing Torchlight, and I'm going to download.
Good choice, by the way.
Yeah, it's they came out with another one, Torchlight 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I'm gonna go and get that. I'm just looking through their list now to see what's on sale because I need to go ahead. I know it's gonna be an issue with me installing Steam on this new computer because you got to go through all the login, and I can't remember what the password was because it was on my other laptop. And but yeah, I'm gonna get in. I'm looking here to see, how much money am I going to spend on this sale. It looks like it's gonna be quite a bit.
You feel your pocket tingling already?
Yeah, my wallet is starting to do that, get that shake going, But yeah, I'm gonna be doing some gaming. I haven't been on PC gaming in quite a while. It's been a couple of years. The last game actually that I played on it was Tiger Woods 2008 Golf, PGA Golf. That was the last thing I played, and I haven't played that probably in a year. So now that I have a new laptop, I can take it with me if I want to go somewhere. I haven't taken that plunge of taking my laptop to work and play games on it. I haven't been that bold yet.
Yeah.
But Sundays, like I say, I work on Sundays and there's nothing to do. So I may test the water out and see, if I can do something where I don't have to be on the internet, connected to Wi-Fi or anything to play some games, just single player. But I really want to get back into Torchlight. I really want to play that to finish that up. I don't think that game has like an ending. I just think you just continue to play. Yeah. And I may get into Warframe since my son plays that. And you said you had 600 hours in a game. He has, I think when I talked to him about a week and a half ago, he had 1,600 hours in Warframe.
I mean, I'm not going to compare hour sizes because I can pull up RuneScape and Warcraft. In fact, actually, you know what? I want him to take the win on this one because I feel like if I admit those numbers, because World of Warcraft, I don't go by hours. I go by total days.
Oh, okay. All right.
It gets bad.
So, yeah, I told him, I'll join him at some point on Warframe, which he knows I'm not going to do because I downloaded it and I tried to play it. And I was like, I can't get into this. And it reminds me too much of Destiny. And I was like, I don't know. And he's so good at it. If I say I can't play with you because, it'll be unfair. But I told him, I may try to jump back in because he's playing it on PS4. So I may try to jump back in with him and play. I don't know if that's ever going to happen.
That's a good thing you own a PlayStation 4 right now because Sony's been taking all sorts of heat with what's been going on. Did you hear about what's going on with Fortnite and the latest excursion?
Not the latest. I heard about them and the crossplay thing, and Sony they took a huge PR hit with that. And they came out on the bad end of it,
Sony does not play well with others.
No, they don't, man. And it's like, yo, you gotta do something. I mean, you can't be that closed in if you in this big world and other, consoles and PC and Nintendo, they're all playing together. You're like the only one that doesn't want to play together, and it's like it looks bad for you.
I wonder what happens if let's say I started my Fortnite account on Switch, bought a bunch of stuff. And then one day I decided to try the play it on PS4. Would it screw me over completely for the Switch, or would it not let me join in the first place because I'm technically got all my stuff on the Switch? I don't know what happens.
I'm not sure about that in that specific case, but if you,
Right.
I do know for sure that if you made it on
On
your
PSN.
PlayStation, and if you want to take it somewhere else, you can't.
Right.
Yeah.
But in your that specific example, I have no idea. Like I started on the PC. What if I took it to the PS4? Would it let me log in? And if I want to log back on the PC, will it lock me out?
That would be a horrifying thought. Just
Yeah.
that
Oh, yeah.
sand trap. Like, I would be. Well, I mean, what good would calling Sony do at that point? Like saying, deactivate my account from your stupid system. Please let me change my name too. Jeez. Anyways, curse you, Yoshida. This is not your fault. Maybe it is. I don't know. I just want to point out that I guess the last recommendation, which isn't a recommendation, it's just to point out Final Fantasy. It's funny. Last year, when Final Fantasy was in the Steam Summer Sale, everything was on sale except for Final Fantasy VII that was still full price, but they still listed it amongst the sale. Which, I thought that was cute. Like every game was, $10, $10, $10, and then Final Fantasy VII was like 15, full price. Okay. They dropped it down to $6 this time, but I will not fall for the buy Final Fantasy VII from Square Enix on a system that isn't the PlayStation 1 anymore. I bought it on as an app on the phone. It ran terrible. And I was like, what the heck's going on? Why am I doing so terrible? I downloaded Emulator and I download the ROM. It plays just fine. It's like the app was so not built for the phone that I just couldn't play it at all. But the moment I played the emulated version, it was, okay, sure, you win. So there's that. Nope, that's it for me. Please, get Terraria. And Cam, if you are listening to this for some reason, somewhere out there, post-recording all that, please absolutely get Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, because that was totally my top 3 games, game of the year for last year. Oh, Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice was so good, and it was so horrifying. Such a satisfying game.
That's probably the reason why he's not going to get it and why I'm on the fence about it, just because I'm too scared to play it.
I mean, if you were to get it, what platform would you get it on?
PC, 100%.
Okay. Which means you would have to wear headphones, which is the only way you can play that. Because I bought it for PS4, absolutely had to put earbuds in, because the nice thing about that is they use surround sound to very good effect, but you're also having conflicting voices talk to you, different voice actors talking to you in different ears, and it's just so mesmerizing.
Yeah.
And it's also terrifying because you can't hear anything around you, and you're just sitting there walking. There's a certain scene, you're just walking to the dark. You don't have a weapon. You just got to traverse by sound away from these horrifying monsters going all around you. And it's just, that put me on edge. I got that recorded somewhere, but that game put me on edge like a son of a gun. But I think that's it on my end. Just
going off my wish list, I have Hotline Miami, which is publishers are Devolver Digital.
Mm-hmm.
It's at two Canadian right now, so it's probably like 99 cents. Bastion, which I've heard about, it's a nice indie game. Thought of picking that up. Dishonored, the first one, it's at 4 Canadian for me. Dead Space, never playing that again, but I don't know why it's on my wish list.
Come on.
I couldn't get past that elevator scene. That first elevator scene, too much. I closed the game immediately.
Nick, what if I told you if you got Dead Space 3, we could play together?
Dead Space 3, is it less scarier?
I mean, whenever I play with a friend in a horror game, it makes it like super less scary just by nature. There's obviously some jump scares now and then that you both scream because you're both caught off guard. But it's still, the moments like, we both screamed. It's okay. It's emotional.
I'll think about it. But is that the one with the babies? Is that Dead Space 3?
Dead Space 2 also had that, and technically Dead Space 1 had babies as well, but eventually they just kind of turned it from babies into like dog-like creatures.
Oh.
Like little tentacles shooting out of its back, and it would kind of spit barbs at you.
Okay. Well, I'll think, like, even Dark Souls is scary because you'll have certain characters or bosses that'll just randomly transform into these big, ugly things, and it's too much. It's my heart can only handle so much.
Have you heard of a boss called Orphan?
No.
Okay. Apparently it's a horrifying boss. I haven't seen it before, but it's also very hard. Anyways, game releases this week. Coming out today, but you guys won't hear this until Monday, so about 3 days ago. First game coming out is Wolfenstein 2, The New Colossus. It's been out everywhere else except for the Switch, so guess where it's coming? Coming out for the Switch. Oh, yeah, baby. Next up, Nick did allude to this. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy is also coming out PC, Xbox One, and Switch. The Crew 2, which is also out today, and everybody has been crapping on it like there's no end. So there's that for you. MXGP Pro. I have no idea what that is. Does anybody know what that is?
MXGP.
I think it's maybe a motorcycle game.
Yeah, you're right. It's a motorcycle game. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Motor X Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. No interest.
Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered is coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One.
That was a fun game. I put a lot of time into that game. That was a great game. It was my first. It was my first introduction to a game with like, where the physics engine you could blow everything up.
Okay, so like Battlefield or Bad Company style.
Yeah,
Anything
like
was
just
destructible.
Everything up. Everything was destructible, and it was great just to like roam around. You get to the point where you have a jetpack and you have a rocket launcher, and you're just raining hell down on Earth. Well, Mars technically, but yeah.
That is coming out on July 3rd, which is going to be technically yesterday for most of our audio listeners. Also coming out yesterday was Runbow for the PlayStation 4 and Switch. I have never heard of that one, so that's beyond my field. What I do recognize, but I've never played, but I recognize all the memes, is Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitor - Martyr. Okay, Martyr. PS4 and Xbox One. That's coming out tomorrow for those listening. Alongside the 5th is Tuesday, and it comes out Monday, Nick. So, what are you going to do about that?
No, the 3rd is a Tuesday.
I'm looking at the wrong month. Okay. Anyways, coming out July 5th as well as Mushroom Wars 2 and Flat Heroes for Switch. Last game, Flat Heroes also coming out for PC. Anyways, the heat's getting to me. I swear, man. I don't have air conditioning pumping over my way, unlike you, mister. Anyways, we're going to wrap it up over here. Nick, do you want us to give, or do you want to give us the fine St. Jude's pitch? Because sometimes I feel like I'm a bad person. You need to set me straight, mister.
Okay, so St. Jude's Children's Hospital, Children's Research Center. I think that's the official title, or Children's Hospital. They're a hospital based somewhere in Tennessee, I want to say. I don't know the states myself. They do research for child cancer. They fly in kids and parents and families from all over the world for free at no cost to them. They foot all the bills for medical care, accommodation, food, whatever research they make that has any breakthroughs with cancer, to fight cancer. They put out for free for everybody to use. I am going to a convention this July in Florida that is raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. It's called Guardian Con. It's in Tampa Bay, Florida from July 13th and 14th. 2016 was the first year they partnered with St. Jude's. They raised $500,000. 2017, they raised $1.3 million. This year, they're almost at $1 million already. Their charity event has not even started yet. And they're probably going to hit $3 million, which is their goal. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
So if you go to guardiancon.co/support, you'll be able to, it'll take you to their Tiltify page where you'll be able to pledge money to them either on a monthly basis or a one-time donation. If you have some spare money lying around, even if it's $1, it makes a difference in the long run because so many people get involved. Do it. If not, you're a jerk.
Yes.
I mean, if you need the money to survive, that's a different thing. Like I understand. Even they understand. If you need to pay rent or to survive or to eat, that's one thing. But if you have
a heavy hand somebody into buying a Nintendo Switch, yeah.
Give up one of those days of Starbucks coffee and donate the money to charity. Just something like that.
This man's got it right. Yep.
You don't need all those extra hash browns at McDonald's, people. You just need one. If you need 2 or 3, just take those 2, and you'll feel full. Just drink some more water. Come on.
Yeah, that's it. It's hot. Drink plenty of water.
But yeah, that's my St. Jude's pitch for the week.
Okay. You can email us at casualmasterquestpod@gmail.com or hit us up on Twitter at MasterQuestPod. That's where you're going to see all the fine details. If you want to hop on the Discord and bug us for a second or whatever. All podcasts and gaming can be found on our YouTube channel, which still hasn't been completely lifted off the ground because I need to find a way to play this game without ripping my hair out. But maybe that's what people want to see. Maybe I just, keep myself muted and they see myself pause and stand there for large amounts of time. And then I got to type in the chat, I just broke my Pro Controller in half. But anyways, we will link all that information on our Twitter as well. So check us out at MasterQuestPod. You can find myself at 2times Derek, where can we find you, buddy?
DSpan67 on Twitter, and soon Nerdist67 podcast at some point in July.
Okay, so DSpin67, right?
Correct.
Awesome. Nick?
You can find me on Twitter at LRWarrior11, and you can find me on Mixer at mixer.com/LRWarrior11. My streams have returned. I have returned to the streaming space.
Congratulations, man. I swear, I will start watching you as soon as I find time, man. I
no, that's okay. I understand. It's the 3-hour time difference also doesn't make it any easier. Because I tend to stream at night. Like yesterday, last 2 days I did a Destiny 2 stream, and then my friends dragged me to Dark Souls 3 late at night at 12 a.m. my time. So I'm like, well, it's going to be full of shenanigans. Might as well stream this, and ended up with a 3-hour stream with my streaming software crashing. But yeah, I won't be streaming until sometime next week because I'm traveling. But yes, come check me out.
Same goes to Cam Collects as well. That is our third member at Cam Collects. He's also on Twitch on Monday in the PM and Friday in the PM on twitch.tv/Cam Collects, where on Monday he shows us horrific streams of the Nuzlocke challenge, where he usually brutally batters his Pokemon into submission and then sends them out to Pokemon Heaven. But it's entertaining, so I'll work with him. And then Friday, he always likes to play something new just to mix it up. He's also into the video games.libsyn, I believe, .com. That is his own podcast, but he'll get the hot pitch coming up to us hopefully next week. Is there anything you want to talk about before we wrap this show up?
No.
As someone who's looking like me, who's looking to get a Switch, probably by the end of summer, what is the one game when I purchase it that I should get? And mind you, I'm gonna be playing this also with my 5-year-old. I know Mario Kart is the one game because both of us can play that. But what is another game? I'm
gonna quickly step in here before Tyler says it, just because I'm gonna speak on Tyler's behalf, and this is the one game I want to play. You're probably gonna want to pick up Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Okay, all right.
He was ready to scream into your ear, make your ears bleed, and shove his fist down your throat with all the Zelda goodness. If I didn't step in here, so I just saved your life. You're welcome.
Appreciate it. I'm going to be honest right here and now. If you're playing with the intention of entertaining yourself and your son, Mario Odyssey would be a great game because you can play 2-player mode with that. However, if your son is content just watching and you want a game that's going to give you totally your money's worth, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch would totally be the answer for you.
Okay. This is going to be something that we both would play. Because I tell you, every time we go to Target, this is what he runs and runs to. Daddy, can I play the Switch? Daddy, can I own one. I still do it. So yeah, and he knows how to find either Mario Kart or I think it's Scribblenauts maybe.
If I can find it fast enough, surely he'll buy it for me. Please, Daddy.
Yeah. He's like everybody has a Switch but me. It's like okay.
Does he point out all the Daisy and Waluigi amiibos that get stacked up in the discount aisle? Like no. I could use one of these.
No, he just like, Daddy, I want to Switch, and he looks at me and his eyes are all sad and like he wants to cry, but that's not going to work on me. And so
we're out of 5 children don't make it up in the world without a Nintendo Switch in their hands.
So he's playing with my heartstrings. So I'm like, okay, yeah, Daddy will look into that. We'll see. Okay, so
just sell off your PlayStation 4. You don't need it.
I'll sell that Xbox.
Yeah.
Oh no! PlayStation stay. I play that probably 80% of the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Tarek, have you gotten to playing God of War?
No, because I don't want to add anything else to the backlog because, like I said, I've got so many games, man, and I hadn't even told you about the stuff I have on Xbox. There's still that I haven't even gotten back into. So yeah, I was
just wondering because I want to know what a father's perspective would be playing God of War.
I want to play it for that, but the last time I played a game that was dealing with a father and son, it was Heavy Rain, and I couldn't finish that game because at the time my son was little, my oldest son was little, and that one just it messed with me, and I just
too hard.
Yeah, it was just like, nah, I can't play this. I said I was going to go back and play it at some point, but at that time I was like, I can't do this.
I'm gonna say you can't play Detroit Become Human at this rate. If you're an hour and a half in, you know what I'm talking about in the beginning there with Alice or Kara.
Yeah.
I mean, that's some emotional level stuff. You definitely wouldn't want that in front of your kids.
Yeah.
It does not get much better, man. It hurts you right in the feels.
Yeah. And
unless you're Cam or Nick, who apparently don't buy into it.
So, yeah. But later on tonight, I'm going to be getting back into some retro gaming now that the NES Classic has come out today. And no, I'm not going to buy one. I have a Raspberry Pi, so I'll fire that up with my Nintendo games on it. And
nice.
That. So I'll be doing that later on tonight. This night is going to be my gaming night. I typically don't carve a night out while I'm playing, but tonight I'm going to be probably gaming till like 3 a.m.
Oh yeah, I'll be gaming until about 8 p.m. Oh, it's 9:30. Oh, okay. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to us. Thank you for watching us. I'm Tyler. That's Nick. That's Derek. Cam will be hopefully with us next week. We'll be talking more about the video game stuff that you love and crave with our sweet, sultry voices. And thank you, Derek, specifically for guesting with us today. We hope to see you some other time. All right, man?
Appreciate you having me on.
No problem, boss. And don't forget, guys, to never stop the grind. I love you too, Cam.